Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you the tallest man in the world, if you count the world as this 5-meter radius. I give you the host of the weekend show, Ethan. What up? Welcome back, y'all. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I apologize for that. My excuses, my camera ate all my batteries. We move on, we keep going, and we'll see where this episode goes. I'm going to cover a lot. We're going to do a lot. It's going to be a great episode, so lock in. All right, first on the agenda, as always, is the news, guys. It's the news. Recently, there was a day that will live in infamy. February 26th was Slime Out Your Homeboy Day. It was a genuinely terrifying experience for everybody involved. Luckily, my homeboy lives 26,000 miles away, so we're all good. But it was a scary and possibly last day for many people. And for that, we will have a moment of silence for all of the fallen homeboys who got caught in the Slime Your Homeboy Day. Anyways, up next, I was happy to report on it when it originally was happening, and I'm happy to report now that is no longer a worry. There are people at NASA who have been looking at the asteroid that I reported on a while ago, and since then, they have taken a look at it, and they've reported. They said, nah, you're good, bruh. Don't even worry about it. Due to the extra kind of attention that the asteroid got, they took an extra couple looks at it, maybe 30 seconds total, and they were like, nah, dude, you're low-key good. Surely the emos out there are devastated, but all the normal people are vibing. Up next, there is a horrible thing that has been happening to many people around the world. For those of you who have siblings in college, I would advise you to be nice to them. Right now, it is midterms, and I wish it would end. But we have to get through college, so that's what we need to do. Be nice to your elders, be nice to your peers, because some of them are going through it. Up next is kind of something that I want to get into. Some of you might need to help me, but F1 season is beginning soon. It starts March 14th, I believe. I want to tap in. Yeah, if any of you have any pointers on where I should look or what I should be doing in preparation for this season, let me know. I will be doing my best to kind of report on the season as it goes on. More to come. Now, we have the biggest news that I've ever reported on. I am so happy to be able to report this. This is probably one of my career highs. LeBron James hit 50,000 points in his career, which has lasted for about as long as I've been alive, is a diabolical concept that I have failed to understand for the longest time. Anyways, 50,000 points. Maybe he'll get to 100. Maybe he'll get to 1,000,000. You never know what Braun can do. Let's get a Colin appreciation moment. Like pictures of Colin being cute and stuff, just being a cool guy. Because I totally just kicked him out of this room to record this video because I feel weird when I record around people. And I feel like I pissed him off. So Colin appreciation moment right here. Up next is kind of a weak point for the weekend show as a whole, because we made a mistake last episode. We were talking about the greatest television shows of all time, and we missed a few. Some of you graciously pointed out. Number one on the corrected list is Avatar: The Last Airbender. How could I forget? Genuinely, how could I forget? I'm so sorry about that. So good. Best character redemption arc of all time. Undisputed. It is the best character arc in the entire history of animated shows, also TV shows as a whole. So there's that. Next up on this list was something that I was told to put on here. Let it be known that I did not put this here myself. Someone else told me to put it on there. I did this by gunpoint. Attack on Titan. It's a good show. It's a great show. Probably one of the greatest anime out there. It has the hype, the twists and turns, everything that you might need in a crazy anime show about Titans destroying the world. There's a lot to take in that show. Next up on the agenda is The Big Deal. Now, if you're new here, The Big Deal is the main event. It's the caption of the video. It's what you clicked on. It's what you clicked for. The big deal for today is the coolest hobbies a human being can have. This is in no particular order, by the way. This is just what came to mind first. Number one, we start off with a few sports. First on the list is snowboard skateboarding. This is a cool people event. It just is. Putting my foot down. I'm putting my foot down right here, right now. Snowboarding is cooler than skiing. I'm sorry. If you in the 80s got banned for being too cool, then you're cooler than the person who banned you. That's why they got banned. Snowboarding got banned because of how cool it was compared to the skiers on the mountain. All the old people who were skiing were like, meh, meh, meh. you're being too cool for me. And they couldn't handle it. They freaking banned it. But the snowboarders, who are also in the same category as the skateboarders, they got through it. They said, I don't need your lift pass. I'm just gonna climb the friggin' mountain. I don't care about what you tell me. They would climb the entire mountain and then snowboard down. That's a big baller move right there. If Karens around the world want so adamantly you to stop doing what you're doing, you're being a little bit cool. You're a cool guy. You're a cool dude. Up next on the list, baseball. Now, I never played baseball, but I watch baseball. I'm from Houston. I'm an Astros guy. Whether that makes you hate me or like me, you like baseball, and we can both agree that that makes us cooler. Baseball's cool. Baseball, it looks cool. The baseball hats are cool. Baseball bats are cool. I should also point out, everybody can do these hobbies and be cool. I'm not speaking for only the men or women. I'm speaking for everybody. It's inclusive. Up next is swimming. Swimming is a cool sport. It's not because I swam for 12 years and I'm really good at it. The fact that you swim automatically means that you have other hobbies that are also really sick. Like, for example, Michael Phelps, the greatest swimmer of all time, has a world record in golf for, I believe, the longest putt ever made. Up next is soccer. Soccer's cool. Soccer, hot people play soccer. I've observed that more hot people play soccer than almost any other sport. On to the next one, motocross. Motocross is a cool sport. Here's the thing, there's a couple professionals out there where they do it for a job, but there's also a lot of dudes who are just super chill, and then they just kind of do it on the side, where they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go motorcycling later. That's so cool. There are probably a few other sports that I haven't talked about that I should have. If I have, if you play a sport and you're like, hey dude, I'm cool, let me know in the comments. I will review them. And if I agree with you, I'll give you a shout out on the next episode. I will admit that something is cool when something is cool. Okay. Up next, now we're kind of entering the hobbies area of the whole thing. Up next is woodworking. Statistically, it is one of the more attractive male hobbies. But as a woman, if you go around and you're like, dude, I'm going to go make a shelf, that's cool. Up next, metalworking. I don't really know much to do with metalworking other than making knives, but let me tell you this is the caveat. If you know what Damascus is, then you're a cool dude. I say dude unisexually. Up next, if you are or are friends with a pilot, that's cool. It's less cool to be friends with a pilot because you're not a pilot yourself, but if you're a pilot, you're cool. I have a pilot friend who's training to be a pilot, and I just talked to them about pilot stuff. They're like, I just went 20 miles this way. That's cool, dude. It's just cool to hear about instrument clusters and stuff like that. Up next is writing. Here's the thing. Writing is cool, but only if you do it in not a poser way. You have to do it in a very thoughtful, sincere way. You have to climb mountains, sit on a rock next to a tree, and then ponder and write poems about your feelings and stuff. If you're one of those guys who just go into a coffee shop and you're only doing it for girls and stuff, you're kind of lame. Same thing for women. Don't do things for other people's approval. Do things because you like them. Up next, working out in almost any way. Working out is very good for you. Working out is very attractive because it means that your mind and your mind-body connection is very healthy. Whether you're lifting weights, doing cardio, doing calisthenics is really cool. I don't know, rock climbing. Rock climbing is a hot people sport. That's not something that I wrote down or anything, but it's something I should have wrote down. Rock climbing is cool. But up next, engineering, but it has to be in the Michael Reeves or Rob Dahm way where you just make cool stuff for no reason. You're just oh, I did this. I just decided to engineer this thing. If you're engineering for a company, it's not uncool, but it doesn't make you cooler. That's just your job. Also, if you don't know who Rob Dahm is, as I mentioned before, he made a 12-rotor engine and it runs and it's really cool. You should look it up if you care about cars, which up next is our topic. If you care about cars, whether that be JDM, German, classic, new, supercar, sports car, Mopar, anything, all of it's cool, all of it's valid, unless you're squatting your truck. I need to specify this. If you're squatting your truck, that's the one thing that you can't do. Squatting your truck is just genuinely dangerous. It's dumb. It's stupid. Don't do it. I know I'm just going back on what I just said, but please, please, please don't do it. Up next is philosophy, but only half the time. Let me explain. The other half of philosophy that isn't the cool person philosophy is when you're a tweaker who wants to kill someone. Don't be a weirdo. Just be enlightened. Up next, this might be an unpopular opinion, but those people who just make Legos, those people who just are building Legos all the time, if you're talking to someone and they're just dude, I own 20 Lego sets and they're all $1,000. That's super sick. If you make Lego your thing and you're I love Lego, you're a cool guy. Up next, this is a big deal. A lot of people should be looking at this and they don't. Interior design. caveat, making everything gray doesn't count. Don't buy a house made 10 plus years ago and then paint it gray thinking that you're making it look good. If you want to paint a house gray, buy a gray house and then paint it gray again. But like those people who have like plants, no overhead lighting, the side lamps, and then the posters, and then like the middle pieces, all of that stuff is super cool. I'll probably put a couple on the screen of like rooms that I really like. Interior design, very cool. Up next is an obvious one. Being funny. Being funny as a hobby is super cool. If being funny is just kind of a thing that you do for fun, that's sick, dude. Be funny. Go be funny. Now on to our honorable mentions. Casual video games. It's cool to have in a partner and in a friend. Anywhere in the world, you can just sit down and play video games together. Casual video games, very cool. I freak with it. Number 2 on our honorable mentions, reading. Reading is a cool people thing to do. It's not on the main list because so many people do it, and so many people do it to be cool, but reading is cool. Number 3 is making hella bread. If that's your hobby, it's not that cool, but it's also cool to be like around you. It's kind of cool. Number 4, fit collector. Now there's a lot of people out there who make it their entire personality to just collect fits. They just put on the dopest fit they can and that's their whole thing. It's cool, but you need to be cool for it to be cool. You can't just have a dope fit on and then not really, you know? Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you do. The last and most probably important of the honorable mentions is self-care. Self-care is very important, but it's also kind of a given. Like if you don't care, then it makes you less cool. If you do care, it's just kind of the bare minimum self-care. That is all for the big deal. I hope you'd enjoyed. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers. We will be moving on to my thought for this week. I'm going to read kind of something that I wrote down a while ago just to kind of boost my thought towards this. I see so often about people on text threads asking who/what's on everyone's mind. The answer is always the same. It's always her, him. Why don't they like me? Why can nobody seem to care? It's always about other people. Why do we wait for someone else to love us before we can even think about loving ourselves? So the thought for today is start caring about yourself. Stop waiting for other people to tell you that you are lovable. Every once in a while, probably a lot more than you are doing right now, you need to sit down and think, what do I like to do? And then do that. Have some alone time. It should not be optional to love yourself. In order to be a happy person in this world, loving yourself should come first. It's not egotistical to care about yourself. It's just a bare minimum thing that you should do. That's kind of my emotional little thought. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Oh yeah, dude. It's been so long. I low-key miss making the videos because I missed having a thing to just kind of sit down and just do. Like I missed having a video ready to edit. So I might start like compiling these, not for news, but just for like extra little videos. I might call it something other than the weekend show, just kind of like something else, me talking. I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like I need to start compiling these because if I don't, then I get really behind because like I run out of batteries, I run out of storage. I run out of alone time or something, and it just kind of goes to crap. So I need to start maybe compiling these. But anyways, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed these photos. I took a lot, and I'm proud of a lot of them. So anyways, that is all.